Kingdom of Laos, ruled by our wise king Savan Watina, defended by the Royal Army and Air Force, and supported by the heroic people of Laos. This is our Laos. This is a map of our country, a picture of Laos as it might be drawn by an artist looking at us from the heavens. Bordered on the north by China. Separated on the east from North and South Vietnam by the Annamite Mountains. Met on the south by the Kingdom of Cambodia. We share the mighty Mekong River with Thailand and Burma to the west and northwest. A developing nation, fighting for its place in the world against the timeless forces of nature and the invasions of its political enemies. Please come with us now and explore our country. First to the busy settlement of Hoi Si, the northwesternmost point of trade and commerce in our country. The misty mountains of China and Burma loom in the background and feed the ever-growing Mekong as it speeds by Hoi Si. South, then east through the majestic peaks, the home of our mountain people, before coursing past the wonders of the ancient capital of Luang Prabang. And roads meet here to carry the authority of our king to all parts of the kingdom. Mount Pusi, topped by Tat Chum Si and Royal Vang, symbols of our national unity under the great Lord Buddha. Luang Prabang, the royal capital of Laos, cradles much of the rich cultural traditions and symbols of our nation. Dances and gaiety of the Lao New Year. And a gilded solemnity of worship in a centuries-old Wat, now the home of our supreme Buddhist patriarch. Wat Sian Tong, more than 200 years old, some of the magnificent temples that are not only places of worship, but beautiful and mystical symbols of our national unity. From this office of the governor goes forth the work of the provincial government. Luang Prabang is the center of trade and government services for the mountain people of the northern and western reaches, and for the river people of the Mekong's banks. Southeast of Luang Prabang, along the southern and western rim of the plain of Yars, many of our once isolated brothers are joining fellow Laos in a spirited defense of our homeland. British soldiers and mountaintop outposts are daily proving to the aggressors from the northeast that they can never succeed in stifling the will of the freedom-loving Lao people. Close by is Sam Tong, the provisional capital of Xian Quang and Hua Pan provinces, and a symbol of defiance of the invaders. Behind our military shield daily grows the evidence of progress. Representatives of the Royal Lao government are working to meet the needs of the people of the Northeast. We have built schools for our children and hospitals for our sick and injured. Our King and Queen journey to Sam Tong to see for themselves the progress that is being made, and to receive the homage of the people, and to honor them in turn. We go south, past twin peaks of limestone rock in Van Bien City. Slowly, the rugged mountains of the north soften into a vast plain of fertile rice land, stretching south to the Mekong. Ahead is Vientiane, the administrative capital of Laos. Beside a sweeping crescent of the Mekong, Vientiane is home for more than 150,000 people, a growing city, an exciting city, overflowing with the ferment of change and progress. Are conceived and promulgated at the National Assembly. It is here that the course of our country is plotted, and money collected and allocated to the ministries and services for the common good. Vientiane is our window on the world. Ambassadors from neighboring countries and faraway nations travel here to represent their leaders and to report in turn on the policies of our king, prime minister, and people. Vientiane grows and changes, and as it does, it embodies the rising aspirations of the Lao people. east of Vientiane lies the busy community of Pak San. New roads in the narrow waste of Laos are bringing new importance to this capital of Burican province. Downstream, 156 kilometers to Tak Kek, the capital of Kham Muan. Thousands of refugees, the hapless victims of military action to the east, have swelled the population of the area. A day's journey by boat to the south is Savanaket. Savanaket, the second largest city in Laos and the best river port in the kingdom. Was in 1879 merely a supplier of sand and gravel for construction and a convenient stopping place for trading boats, is today a swelling city of 40,000 on the crossroads of trade for central Laos. New buildings have been constructed, old ones rebuilt. Roads have been surfaced and bridges built. Schools have been erected. The people of Savanaket are working ceaselessly to improve their own lives and assure a better life for their children. All this is evidence of a sure promise of a dynamic and enviable future. South again the river flows, slow and muddy, till suddenly looms Pak Se. Straddling the Sedon River, Pak Se is the gateway to the south. Imported goods pass through Pak Se on their way to the interior, and the interior sends rice to Pak Se to be sold in exchange for the necessities and good things of life. International planes from Saigon arrive often, full of passengers and the news of the world's capitals. People and goods coming and going. A symphony of commerce and excitement. Pak Se has something for everybody. Diversions for the traveler, marts for the businessman, schools for the young, and a spirit of progress for all. All of this is what makes Pak Se the true gateway to the agricultural South. The city, the waters of the life-giving Selaban River rush to supply Pak Se with a plentiful supply of hydroelectric power. Our hard-working construction workers are the true heroes of this impressive achievement. kilometers to the south is Champasa, the guardian of one of our most ancient national treasures. It's Wat Pu, known worldwide as a fine example of an old and glorious civilization. Today, another civilization, one looking forward, not backward, is building in Laos. Looming on Paktse's eastern horizon is the famous Bolovin Plateau, more than 1,000 meters high, capped with fertile, productive soil and laced with life-giving streams and waterfalls. Once impassable and forbidding, home only for roaming wild animals and isolated settlements. The beautiful Bolovin, the most fertile agricultural land in our country. Today, roads are penetrating up and on to the plateau, and people are following the roads to settle and cultivate the rich earth. Fruit grows well here, as does coffee, tea, and many of the new vegetables which are finding their way into our daily diet. This is Pak Song, in the center of the plateau. As the largest community of the Bolovin, it is the educational, commercial, and medical center for the people of the plateau. Across 130 kilometers of plateau highland, when suddenly the earth hurtles downward, dropping more than 1,000 meters to the rice paddies below. At the foot of the Bolovin cliffs is Atopo, the easternmost city of Laos. Cradled in a bend of the Mekong River, it is the center of government for the 90,000 people of Atopo province. The mighty Mekong, once confined between the green and rugged mountains of the north, now spreads contentedly across the flatland of southern Laos. Past Hung Island the river runs, brown and warm under the Southeast Asian sun, till it cascades and churns over Hung Waterfall, where it leaves Laos. Beyond is Cambodia, the land of the Khmer. This is our Laos, wild and mountainous, flat and fertile, the most beautiful and varied landscapes of Southeast Asia. It is our home, our legacy to foster, to cultivate and to protect. This is our country, and we love it. And it is because we love it so that all the people of Laos have joined together in firm resolve behind a national plan of development. A plan for new goals, more and better roads, increased agricultural production, improved education and advances in health. Much has been accomplished. Much has yet to be done. For centuries, the forbidding mountains and impenetrable jungles of our country isolated our people from each other. The mountains and the jungle prevented the exchange of people and ideas and kept us unaware of the greatness of our land and the news of the world beyond. For centuries, the Mekong was our only great road. Is changing. An ever-growing number of roads are cutting across our Laos. Roads, recognized everywhere as a symbol of progress, are bringing our once isolated people into the great family of Laos. The Lao, the Neo, the Tiedam, the Yeo, the Lu, and the Lao Tung. All the people of Laos. Each day, the road-building machines eat deeper into the jungle, cutting a thin line of progress through the once impenetrable wilderness. Hundreds of kilometers of new and improved roads. Roads connecting Luang Prabang with Vientiane, Vang Bien with Samtong, Luang Prabang with Sieburi, Vientiane with Pak San, Ta Kek, Sabanaket, and Pak Se. Roads connecting Hung Sedun with Saravan, Huang Sa with the Mekong, Pak Se with Pak Song. The skill of the Lao driver and the skill of the Lao road builders and mechanics are making these roads come true for us. Strong, brave, and determined people pushing through the jungle, bridging the rivers and the chasms. People and buses and trucks will soon be able to cross rivers on new bridges. They will have conquered the rivers and made it plain that nature is ours to control. Isolated valleys, where once only unshod feet trod, now echo to the sounds of engines, trucks and buses, people going places across our country. Our expanding road system is linking city to country, people to people. Part of our very existence. The importance of rice is embedded in our souls. Without it, we are nothing. Rice is truly our life. A decade ago, our farmers grew enough rice for themselves and for all the people of the city. They worked unhampered and free, and their bountiful fields yielded much. The enemy from the northeast saw our fields and wanted them. The northeastern invaders moved on Laos. They sent their soldiers to disrupt the peace and harmony of our farmers and to seize our rice fields. The soldiers came and spread chaos, and our farmers fled before their guns. Our wise king, Se Savan Watana, was alert to the dangers. He foresaw the possibility of a food shortage and rapidly called his advisors together. A plan was developed to increase the rice harvest. The government rallied to the plan and spread the word to the people. We must grow more rice to save our nation. Agricultural agents were trained. The irrigation system, on which the success of the Grow More Rice campaign depends, was expanded. The people watched, listened, and then went into action to meet the challenge of growing more food. Fathers had to depend upon the mercy of the heavens for the water to flood their fields. Today we are building great dams and small dams to collect the water when it is plentiful and dole it to us later when the sky is clear and our fields are thirsty. New tools, new methods, and a fresh wave of hope among the people are awakening us to the promise of tomorrow. We must break free of the bonds of the past so that we may reap the full bounty of the future. We are following the lead of other Asian countries in introducing mechanization to our farms. A rice revolution is in the making. New seeds, experimental techniques, and a willingness to change the habits of centuries are forcing our fields to yield 2 bushels where formerly there was 1. The process of change in agriculture is never ending. Old ways are tried and discarded when better ways are found. Innovation comes the technical and social change that is transforming the face of Laos. We no longer need stand hopelessly aside while insects and pests destroy our crops. We have insecticides, the weapon of the farmer. The farmers of Laos are armed revolutionaries, fighting for better yields. The future of agriculture in our country means more than just rice. It means vegetables and the famous coffee of Pak Song. It means better hogs, cows, and chickens. And most of all, it means a new and plentiful supply of protein from fresh fish, bred and raised in scientifically managed fish farms. More rice, fatter hogs, more meaty cows and chickens, fresh fish, all elements of the agricultural revolution that is rapidly overtaking Laos. Only our hard work and a desire for change can guarantee this revolution for us and for our children. To succeed in our revolution, we must be healthy. Ill and listless farmers cannot till their fields. Sick and diseased students cannot do their lessons. There is today in Laos a new understanding of the causes and effects of sickness and disease, and there is a new urgency to bring the results of this insight to the people. Our government and its friends have placed almost 1,800 beds in hospitals and dispensaries across the country. Our government is bringing the techniques of modern medicine and the miracle of modern drugs to more than 1 million patients each year. 70 doctors, assisted by 400 nurses, are working ceaselessly to heal the sick and injured, and to spread the word of how to prevent diseases before they can injure health. This clean, modern, and well-equipped hospital in Bang Bien is but one example of our expanding medical facilities. It is more than just a last resort after the failure of medicine men. It has become a symbol of the modern principle of preventing sickness and disease before they can strike. We must be strong, upright, alert, and healthy to labor for a better Laos. A new kind of doctor, a Lao doctor, born here and educated here, is being schooled in the healing arts by Lao teachers. Helping the doctors will be these fledgling nurses, young people, free from the restraints of the past, learning the ways of the future. It is not easy, but change and progress are seldom easily won. Doctors and nurses, the young men and women of Laos, are crusaders against the forces of sickness and disease. For centuries, our hands were accustomed only to the tools of the past. These hands are useless for grasping and using the tools of a modern developing nation. If our country is to grow and prosper, the hundreds of skills necessary to build our nation must be Lao skills. We need Lao engineers, Lao agriculturalists, Lao road builders, teachers, mechanics, chemists, nurses, and administrators. The National Education Center at Dong Dok and its branches around the country are preparing thousands of young Lao teachers to take their skills of education to the more than 180,000 eager elementary students in almost 2,600 classrooms across our country. Living, eating, and learning with other aspiring teachers, these young people in Ben Tian and branch schools in Pak Se Luang Prabang and other cities share a common goal: the education of the children of Laos. This is the new Pha Gum High School. It is the school of the future for the young nation builders of Laos. This is our first secondary school to teach in our Lao language. Here students learn not only scholastic subjects, but also their vital role in a free and independent Laos, astir with a social, nationalistic, and technological revolution. Secondary education is growing. There are expanding high schools in Vientiane and Luang Prabang, in Savanaket and Pak Se. There are colleges in the north, at Van Vien, Siaburi, Sam Tong, and Pak San, and in the south at Ta Kek and Keng Kok, at Atapur, Champasak, and Huang Island. 2,000 students in private secondary schools, 10,000 secondary and advanced students, young, strong, and eager to claim the future of a greater Laos. Perhaps the most important of these new students are the many young men who are mastering the tools and machines that can cut, join, shape, and form the engines and the hardware needed to help our country grow and prosper. In modernized countries and developing countries alike, the masters of these machines are acknowledged heroes of society. Change is overtaking our country. The old ways have taught us much, but we cannot stop there. These young people have found new ways. These are the faces of the leaders of tomorrow. Everywhere we look, our country is astir with a social revolution. Once shackled by the horizon and by endless cycles of seasons, monsoon and dry, is now being expanded to the limits of our energy and imagination. No longer are we to be unwillingly bound to our fate, helplessly bowing before the forces of nature and man that are unintelligible and stronger than we. There is a new spirit in our land. No longer must tomorrow be like 1,000 yesterdays. Tomorrow can be different. Tomorrow will be what we make it. Tomorrow will be different if we continue to build schools and work to educate our children. Tomorrow will be different if we continue to force the land to produce more and let our children grow up free of sickness and disease. Tomorrow will be different if we continue to cut the wilderness and lay roads and highways across our country. But all this will be for nothing unless we resist the imperialistic designs of our northern neighbors. With them and all our neighbors, we want only peace. Led by our great king, inspired by the word of Buddha, we are one people under one flag, the Lanxang home cow, and united in one great nation, our Laos.